Okay, for real this time. We're making roast chicken tacos. Go ahead and liberally season my chicken here and put some heat into the pan. I also thought it was a good idea to put a splatter guard on top of my pan. But the problem with that is it doesn't brown as nicely on top because it absorbs some heat, but it still tasted good. Alright, next, cut the green onions into big chunks. I only do this if I want to char the green onions before putting it on the tacos. If I want to eat it raw, then cut it into very thin pieces. And I put everything in a container so I can clean my knife and cutting board. I cooked my chicken for 45 minutes at 375, and even if it's overdone, as long as you let it rest, it will become soft and will still taste good. Something extra I put on, which I usually don't, is some Zatar seasoning, which I just wanted to try. This is my first time buying it for home use. And plenty of black pepper. Then I stored away the chicken to rest, and I can't eat all the chicken at once, so I'm gonna put it in the fridge after for leftovers. And this is optional, but you could save the chicken fat, which tastes really good. And I do clean my pan with water, even though most people recommend against it. If it's this greasy, I usually just clean it with water. Alright, and all that's left to do is to cook the tortillas and char the green onions. And I think corn tortillas turn out better if you use a really hot pan. And I messed up here because it was too cold when I actually did this. And then after the last tortilla is done, I took out the chopped green onions from the fridge and turned off the heat on the pan. It's still really hot, and it'll be enough heat to char the green onions on one side. And while that's happening, I shred up my chicken and I put it on the tacos. Alright, And then I put on top the charred green onions. And usually I have lime, but today I didn't, so I used some sour cream, which tastes good with the green onions. And for a little bit more acidity, I used Aleppo pepper, which is usually eaten with za'atar. And this is my first time actually trying this. It's pretty good. And I served up the tacos with some red wine that I got for free at work, and it was much better than what I thought it was going to be. And yep, I tasted it. It's a very familiar taste because I think I've eaten this multiple times a week, every week during graduate school. And if I couldn't make this, I would just make a big batch of lentil soup and then eat that on most days. Anyways, thank you for listening to me ramble, and have a nice rest of your day.